Hello, everyone, and God bless you all. Hope everybody's doing well. This video is going to be about the Great Reset. Many of you have heard of this and heard this term in the news, social media. You may have got some names tied to it. I know Prince Charles. You have Klaus. What's his name? Klaus Schwab. All these different people involved with this. World Economic Forum, the Fourth Industrial Revolution, and it all goes back to this Great Reset, which is what we're going to talk about and discuss. We're going to start off with a little video here, and we'll go from there.
Now is the historical moment, the time, not only to fight severe virus, but to shape the system.
We have a unique but rapidly shrinking window of opportunity to learn lessons and reset ourselves on a more sustainable path. It is an opportunity we have never had before and may never have again. So we must use all the levers we have at our disposal, knowing that each and every one of us has a vital role to play.
Now is the time to think what history would say about this crisis. And now is the time for all of us to define our own role. What is it that would make it so that history would look at this crisis as the great opportunity for reset?
The Great Reset is a welcome recognition that this human tragedy must be a wake-up call. It is imperative that we reimagine, rebuild, redesign, reinvigorate, and rebalance our world. Rebalancing investment, harnessing science and technology, and advancing the transition to net zero emissions, all elements of the Great Reset, are fundamental to building the future we need.
The world's problems fit on three sides of a triangle. It's one versus many, man versus nature, and the unfortunate foundation is long-term versus short-term.
We had already income inequality that was fueling income, race, gender inequality. We have a climate emergency, which we can't walk away from. There's no doubt that the very survival of the human race requires us to act.
Any recovery stimulus should have green conditions attached to it. Energy prices should reflect real costs.
You need private sector capital, private sector ingenuity, private sector technology, and private sector capabilities to come to the party. You need enormous trust between the private sector and the public sector for this to actually work.
We have to change our economy dramatically in the next 20 or 30 years, and the next 10 years is absolutely decisive.
The recovery has to be greener than any of the previous recoveries. And in order to do that, we need to ensure that the stimulus package, including fiscal and monetary, are much greener than they were before. So we cannot waste this opportunity to ensure that the very precious money that's raised from the next generation is spent on green and low carbon.
We will now start a quite high number of task forces to look at all the different issues, and we will present all those ideas to the people assembled in Davos. But at the same time, we will make Davos very different, very open, to ensure that we do not fall back to old recipes, but that we really look at forward-oriented solutions.
Young entrepreneurs, especially from developing countries that are there and can see the right problem, can really step up and create solutions.
Finding profitable solutions to problems of the people and the planet, and we're starting to see firms move to that, and we're seeing firms that behave responsibly in that way actually doing better on conventional measures of profitability and doing better in this particular period.
We've also seen social entrepreneurs step in incredible ways. Not only has it exposed the precarious reality, but then it has also exposed the opportunity to recenter the reset around the most vulnerable and those on the edge, where It only takes something like a pandemic or difficult circumstances to slide into poverty.
And then we need to couple that with new initiatives to equip more people with the digital skills they'll need, not just to have a tech job, but a job that is increasingly tech enabled in almost every part of the economy. If we can empower consumers with all of this, I think we unleash this next generation to have a much broader impact more quickly.
We can never again allow our health, education, care systems to be underfunded.
We need our imagination here. Possible is being redefined each and every day right now. So the next time someone tells us that tackling climate change is either too costly or too difficult, I think we need to remind them and remind ourselves of what just is happening right now.
We not only have to demand change, but also create change.
We have to live up to the expectations which we have created, and we will do so.
One more.
The difference of this fourth industrial revolution is it doesn't change what you are doing. It changes you. If you take a genetic editing, just as an example, it's you who are changed. And of course, this has a big impact on your identity.
And offers certain kinds of possibilities that have to be careful about. You know, when you began to do that kind of gene editing, some people worry that you are changing what it means to be human.
That's the problem.
The fourth industrial revolution will lead to is a fusion of our physical, our digital, and our biological identities.
Dans nos vêtements, c'est-à-dire wearables, comme on le dit. Et après, on pourrait s'imaginer.
So, the Bible talks about a great deception. And after looking at this today, I'm convinced beyond a doubt that the great deception is not only going to be the fallen, but it's going to be these people. These people are experts in their considerable fields. You saw BP, you saw, I don't know, all these different companies, representative. The fallen paired alongside of them with the power of the lying signs and wonders of the beast and everything else that goes with that. That's going to be your great deception. And that's what's going to cause a lot of people to fail, a lot of people to fall to this system. You have all these relative experts paired with the fallen to save the planet, to save their skins, a false god identity in the coming age is what it's going to be. And you're either going to be on board or you're not. And that's the reality of it. So I remember as a kid, showing my age here, you sound it out, right? D-Og, dog. That's what this is about. It's real simple. Reset, reset. And what is this about? Okay, well, you got a taste of it just listening to them and what they're wanting to do. It goes much deeper. So deep, I can't even begin to uncover some of this here. However, I'm going to give you the tools you need that if you want to look at this on your own, then it's going to be pretty simple to do if you want to continue down this. You gain the basic knowledge right here with these two Egyptian false gods, Ra and Set. It goes directly back to the Great Reset. And that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you that this word is in the Bible, this word is in the Bible, and this word is also in the Bible and what they mean. So yes, Ra also means re. So just get that out of there. So first appearances, when you look at these two in Wikipedia, they seem like total opposites. But in fact, they're working in tandem to bring about a great reset or new beginning, or as many of you know it, the New World Order. The process has already begun for the New World Order. It began with the pandemic, and now we've gone through that, and we're on the backside of it probably. Don't know. We'll see. And now the nations are beginning to stir themselves into war. Okay, so here we are. If this didn't bring it about their plan, then something else will. They'll keep working it until it comes forward. Basically, until God allows it, but they don't know that. Okay. Anyway, so as this is all building, and here's just the definition, to start anew. That's what they're wanting to do, start anew. It's my opinion, I'm just going to state this right off the bat, that as this system progresses and is almost ready to go, there's going to be what we call the head wound in the Bible. Okay. You can look at that as you see fit. Some people say it's an asteroid, earthquake, combination of the two, is going to come, and it's going to slow this down. Okay. Because what happens, right? It appears as it's destroyed, but it does come back. All right. And it's healed from a miraculous head wound and comes back on the scene. So this isn't, and it's also the beast and the beast kingdom. They're in tandem. Okay. So it's you don't get one without the other kind of thing. So this will slow down the reset. Okay. Or great reset as we know it. But if you also read your Bible, you know that this comes back and he recovers, and the system recovers from his grievous head wound. And of course, in Revelation, we know that he will have his time on the earth to rule and reign. Through the line, signs and wonders and technology, the fallen angels, the beast system, it will take off miraculously. You saw how everyone in all these facets, and that's again the tip of the iceberg of all these different facets of our education, medical, food, water, clothing, shelter, government, military, all the heads of these groups, whether they're private sector or not, they're on board with this. Okay, they're completely on board with this. Not only on board, they're pushing for it. All right. So the Great Reset. Let's look at this here from just Wikipedia. Rebuilding the society and economy following the pandemic. Chief is Klaus Schwab. Okay, World Economic Forum. And there's a theme here, kind of a weird theme, maybe, but they keep promoting the word green. More green public infrastructure projects, hardest innovations of the Fourth Revolution for good, green growth, smarter growth, fair growth. Prince Charles listed as area for action similar sustainable markets initiative introduced in 2020, blah, blah, blah. Reinvigoration of science, technology, innovation, move towards net zero transmissions globally, introduction of carbon pricing, reinventing long-standing incentive structures, rebalancing investments to include more green investments, green public infrastructure projects, etc. This green is this green man, and you can look at this green man gets back into going back to Osiris. Okay, they want the green man, all right, which is the symbol for rebirth, as is stated right here. If you're familiar with, you can Google this. You can Google the Green Man at the Burning Man Festival. Okay, it's all about this. It's like Alien, all right, like the Green Man from Mars. It's kind of a play on words, so to speak, but it's all there. Let me pull it up real quick in a picture here. Okay. Here's Osiris, the Green Man. All right. And obviously the Green Man from the Burning Man Festival. So this is what they want. They want this new beginning through the Antichrist system, which is exactly what he is. All right. Means rebirth. So anyway, some more pictures of him here. Just minimize that. So that's the whole green concept. Okay, that's what they're wanting. That's what they're looking for. So they saw this pandemic as a window of opportunity to intensify the programs, get everything going globally. So it sees periods of global instability, such as the financial crisis, as opportunities. So they're looking at capitalizing on these opportunities that poised themselves. Are they making the opportunity? Probably. So here's the green man again. It's also a symbol, I believe, in Ireland, or comes from the tribe of Dan, from the idol worship from long ago. I kind of thought this was funny. The little green men of the 2014 Crimean crisis, and what are we facing right now? Right. The phase of little green men refers to mass soldiers of the Russian Federation, unmarked army green uniforms carrying modern Russian equipment. So this has been going on, and this is actually happening right now. So again, just a kind of a tangent I saw as I was looking at this. The fourth revolution, fourth industrial revolution, very creepy stuff. Okay. Is the joining of technologies, AI, gene editing. You heard Klaus Schwab talk about it, similar there. Advanced robotics. This is the words that are important right here, that blur the lines between physical, digital, and biological worlds. We are biological people, and this is going to be blurring those lines. Okay. This is the merging of robotics, humanity, and flesh. Okay. It's merging all of that together. Sorry, I got something in my eye. The use of smart machines that can analyze, diagnose issues without the need of human intervention. That changes the ways we experience and know the world around us. Augmented social reality. So not even living in a real world, living in a completely technological world that is free of your natural senses. So this is the merging of all of that together, man and machine. Now, there is something you should check out while I'm thinking about it. I'm going to mention it. Go look up, let's see here, list of emerging technologies on Wikipedia. Again, list of emerging technologies. I'll pull it up briefly here just to show you. This is just a nasty list of what the fourth industrial revolution is all about. It has it all under categories and what they are. You can click on the links and it'll take you to that wiki page. So anyway, it's got everything from as simple as digital currency to like meat grown in a lab. Graphene's a good one. Just, nanoparticles, carbon nanotubes. So just everything you can think of that's emerging at this point. I thought that was a very good list. You can also look up metaverse, robotics, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, iClouds, CRISPR, cyber, all that stuff. Anyway, they're all in the folder if you don't want to look them up as well. So you can check it out. So we have this fourth industrial revolution, and we have our fourth beast. After this, I saw in night visions, and behold, the fourth beast out of Daniel 7. Dreadful, terrible, strong, exceedingly, had great iron teeth, devoured, broken to pieces, and stamped the residue with its feet. It was diverse from all the other beasts before it, and it had 10 horns. And I didn't include it here, but it also has the iron nails in the claws. I think Daniel was seeing humanity and machine becoming one. Diverse. It was different. It wasn't human. This was something completely unexpected, what he saw. And this is the fourth beast, ties hand in hand with the fourth industrial revolution. Here's some key themes here for the fourth industrial revolution. Nothing, you can look these up on your own. But here, the ability of machines, devices, and sensors and people to connect and communicate with each other. Okay. How are people going to connect? It's going to have to go into the nervous system, or somehow there's got to be some sort of way to completely merge with this. Machines, devices, and sensors. So that's your fourth kingdom. So Ra, it's no big surprise if you've looked at this. This might be a little bit of redundancy, but he is obviously the Egyptian god, also known as Re, the sun god, order of kings in the sky. We know Satan is the prince power of the air. All forms of life are believed to be created by Ra. His tears and sweat, all this stuff. The giver of life, ripening of crops, and all of this. lie that he gets credit for. He has different names. He has I think it gets into it down here a little bit, but there's Atum. There's also the scarab god. I can't think of what that was, but anyway, that's all in the article as well. But the giver of life, represented by some warmth, principal God, creator of the universe, source of life, all of these things. This is our green. All right, this is the representative of Ra coming here would be the green. Atum, that's another one. Creating everything out of chaos, created all forms of life and brought them into existence. I thought this was interesting. For to worship Ra, the chief center or place was Heliopolis, which is known, the longest living surviving monument in Heliopolis is the phallus. It's identical with the Washington Monument. It's also, this place is known as the place of the pillars, which here in DC, not only is there a place called the place of the pillars, which is right here, it's also known for the pillars and all the monuments that are there. So this ties back right to our government. All right, Little Egypt is our government, exactly. So Ra in the Bible is wickedness, okay? It's the principal word for wickedness, or one of the principal words, and it's all written right here what it means. Evil, trouble, hurt, mischief, wicked, sore, affliction, adversity, harm, noisome, grievous. It occurs 666 times in the Bible, this word Ra. Okay? As you go through here, just think of some things as you see fit. Misery, all this ties back to what they're trying to implement. Okay? This is going to be a separation from God, the true God, Jesus Christ and Father. And this is the result of Ra. Okay? It comes from this primitive word here, 7489, to be broken, broken into pieces, and broken asunder, which goes right back to our verse in Daniel 7. It devoured and broke into pieces. Same thing here, broken into pieces and broken asunder. So this all ties together. Evildoer, break, doer, ill, harm, displease, wicked. That is Ra. There's also some other verses or other Strong's words to look at too that have root meanings tied back to Ra. Now there's probably, I'm guessing, 20, 25 different types of Ra in the Bible. These are just a few. I thought this was interesting. So take this back to, you have Ra-Pa, 7495, to heal, healer, or physician. This is the exact opposite of what it means. Okay? This is Satan's twist on being the healer or physician, which goes back to Pergamos or Pergamum. And we'll get to that here in a little while. Set, similar, okay? Or I'm sorry, not similar, just the opposite, but working in tandem. In order to get those things, we got to have storms, disorder, violence, foreigners, god of desert, shapeshifters. All those things come from the desert. I've done several videos on God or Satan's wicked garden, which is the desert, the ranch. You have you have the Skinwalker Ranch out there in the desert. All those things happen in the desert. A lot of those things are happening out there. He is the Lord of the Red Land. We just had a movie come out. I think it's called Turning Red, about this girl who has an alter personality that when she gets upset, she turns red into this red panda. It's all this change that's coming about. Most of us know it because of what's occurred, but it is going to turn people into some bad things if they don't repent. Anyway, this red, Esau, all right, all the way back to Esau and Jacob. There's done several videos on all of that. You can check that out. This is where it gets interesting. It's tied to Seth. Okay, it's tied to Seth, and I didn't realize that when I started this, and we'll cover that here in a minute. God of the desert, God of chaos. Okay. Animal, a beast resembling no known creature. Okay, what's that look like? Like we talked about, out of the desert, the skinwalkers, all those. It's got all these different kinds of animals that it's associated with. Okay, Seth means set. Okay. Here's the Strong's coordinates, where it comes from. Compensation. $78.96, $78.96. $78.96 means to mark, make, mark, or put on. To lay hold of, to set, station, appoint, to affix, to make like. What's make like mean? That means likeness, right? A likeness. To take one's stand, to lay waste. Okay? What I want you to think about here with, well, we'll get to that here in just a minute. But likeness, okay? He was the likeness of Adam, not the likeness of Cain. All right? So this is about making a likeness, a substitute. All right? He lost Abel, so Seth was a substitute for Abel, a likeness of Adam. So Set, we're going to continue. All right, we'll tie those loose ends up here in a minute. 8353 Set. It also means 6. Okay, you see where we're going with this? So we have a mark. All right, we have a likeness, and we have a 6. Comes from this word here, 8377. Corresponding to Set. 6 as a cardinal number. All right. It goes 6, 6th combination of numbers. Seth's 8377. To set. Compensation we just talked about. So this is Seth. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. All right. If it's not interesting, I'm sorry. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son and called his name Seth. For God said, He has appointed me another seed instead of Abel, who Cain slew. Satan's spin of this, of granting a new seed for humanity, appointed me another seed. He's appointing a new seed, a new hope, a new way, a new likeness. Okay? You see where this is going? And it gives witness here due to the number. Okay? 60. 6th. Now, guys, you can go through, you can see all these different numbers. You can go through these and click, go to your own page and click through them and get to, when you get one word, like the word, I don't know, computer, you have compute, you have what's pute mean, what does com mean? It means to send a message. So you have all these different things. So that's exactly what's going on here. You can take one word, Seth, and go left and right of it and its root meanings and gain more information. That's exactly what I've done here. Okay. So in simplest terms, Seth means set. All right. A substitute for who? Abel, which was a likeness of Adam. Compensated. Okay. We also have to put on a mark, likeness. Okay, we have to fix a point, to make one, all right, to perform, to lay waste, all these different things. And you can go to these other numbers, 7897, because it's very close to 7896, usually, which means garment, okay? What are they trying to do? Make a new man, all right, a new garment, a new attire. All right, so again, you can exhaust this. I can't today, all right, but you can exhaust this on your own by looking at these numbers and going with your base number, 8352, and going and looking at different variations of these, and it'll give you a much bigger picture of what's going on. Okay. Appointed a new seed, another seed. Okay. Set. It also means buttocks. Okay. A seat. When I saw seat, I immediately thought of the seat of Satan is Pergamum. Satan dwells, Satan's seat. What was Pergamum known for? Pergamum was known for the medical advancement in Greece. You see where this is going? Okay. Set. Foundation. The seat. Buttocks. Here's another similar word, to warp or weave. Weaving a network. Where? Where's this network? In the garment, in the body. Okay? Seat of the body. Foundation. Laying a foundation. Laying a network. Weaving and making a network. Seat. Buttocks. Where Satan's seat is. To the angel of the church of Pergamos, write these things which Right, these things saith he which hath a sharp sword with two edges. I know your works and where you dwell, even where Satan's seat is, and thou holdst fast my name. Pergamum, major cultural intellectual center, noted for its library, second to only that in Alexandria, as well as being the site of a large temple to the healing god Asclepius. The city attached to both the Stoic and Platonic philosophers. This was known as a center for medicine. I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation on the sides of the north. I will ascend above the height of clouds. I will be like the Most High. Through technology, he will try to be like the Most High. He has to have technology. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there be a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is God, or that is worshipped, so that he is God, sits in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Sits on his what? His buttocks. All right. Put them together. RaSet. Network. For what? Catching. Judgment. Network of leaders leading people to sin. As a trap for man. It spells it out right there. RaSet. Network. So you put this together here. Reset comes from this word, 3423. Okay. Satan is trying to do what? To seize, take possession of, inherit. If he inherits you, you are disinherited from the kingdom. Occupy. Occupy who? Impoverish, to be the heir, to take possession of, to inherit. To come to poverty. What's in heaven? Wealth, riches, glory, everything we want. So if you're not inheriting that, what are you going to inherit? This. To be disposed, to be impoverished, to come to poverty, to devour. Satan is a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. That's the Great Reset. Again, there's much, much, much more. Study these words. Go to these links. This is, I think it's Blue Letter Bible. I don't know. But it will paint the picture of exactly what it is. Reset, and then together reset. God bless you guys.